Hello, Sagittarius. Welcome to your weekly reading. I'm just going to sort my screen out. There we go. So let's jump into it. This is going to be for the week of the 28th going to the 4th of December. So let's have a little look and see what's going on for you guys, okay? As always, I'm going to pull the card out first and then we'll see. And I'll talk about it with you, okay? Alright, Spirit. For Sagittarius, please. Let's get two more. Thank you. I just want to get one more. Gosh, I just want to feel like saying like decisions, and more decisions to make. And these are big ones. Well, I'm gonna say there's some tedious decisions that you have to make, Sagittarius. It does feel like you're in building mode, which is very, very good. And I want you to continue with this, which is nice because every decision that you make is building towards something, which I like to see. I do see a lot of progress coming for you as well, which is very nice. There might be a tendency to give up, and on some things we do need to let them go, whether it's giving up some habits, giving up some things that you know are getting in the way, like distractions and temptations and such and such. I think you're on a path of making better decisions, which I like. Stepping up and leading in your own life as well, which I like to see. A lot of independence coming from you, you know. I do see you getting some help, but I feel like you're calling the shots, you know. Anyways, let me carry on pulling the cards out for you. Two, please. Thank you. Okay, well, you have three. You're getting extra cards today. Don't tell anyone, all right? Okay. Like, I just feel like there's a lot going on. Like, I'm getting so much information. Through this week to the end of the year, I do see a lot of work coming through for you. It doesn't mean just career work, but I just feel like you're having to get your life in order. Some of you will be choosing to walk away from something to put something to an end here, so that you can move on to better things or do your own thing here, Sagittarius. Okay, let me carry on. So sorry. All right, current energy, please, for the week for Sagittarius. Ace of Swords. So it's victory, it's truth, it's clarity. Ace of Wands, new beginnings. The Four of Cups too. Can I clarify the Four of Cups? Knight of Cups. You're coming into Empress energy here, Sagittarius, so it's very likely that you're going to have some people who are wanting your time and energy, which doesn't surprise me. This is probably because you're building this kind of empire here. You are defending for yourself. I do get an energy from you where you're just not in the mood for certain things, especially when it comes down to maybe love here for some of you. Now I'm going to do it this way around, because it looks, well, Four of Cups is about rejection. Four of Cups is kind of like, I don't know if I want to take this because I'm happy where I'm at. I don't really want to move. Don't really want to do something here. Don't really want to open up to this opportunity that's coming through. So Knight of Cups could definitely be a love interest. For some of you, it could be someone who wants to put their heart in the sleeve and wants you to kind of open up to them too. But in this case, I kind of feel like, I don't know if you're very open to this, or this could be the other way around. It could be you extending yourself to someone and they're not really in the mood for it. All right, just be aware of this. I just think that you're in a very big decision-making process here, where there's a lot of new beginnings coming through, and I will go into these and what these mean. But Ace of Swords and Ace of Wands are really good cards to come out in your current energy, because you are wanting new things. You're wanting new passions, new hobbies. I see a new energy coming through for you, which is going to be very good. New passions, again, like new motivations coming in. Ace of Swords as well is about victory, clarity. So if you've been lacking that, then this is where it's changing. For those of you who don't resonate with love, the Knight of Cups is an opportunity to step outside your comfort zone. I always say that with this card, that water in the background that you're having to cross is something that's kind of like, it involves vulnerability, it involves doing something you don't want to do, but to get to the other side, it's very likely to be worth it. But Four of Cups is just suggesting here that you might not be very open to this new energy or this new beginning. But I think this is just, you're not in the mood for changes, most likely. The Four of Cups is like, I've just sat down. That's the kind of energy that I'm getting. Like, I'm happy here. But the Four of Cups is not happy energy. It's complacent energy, you know. Being comfortable, but not entirely happy, but being like, I don't know why I heard Blaine. I almost said that. It was so strange. But, yeah, sorry, that really sidetracked me. But it's more of a case of, I just don't want to get up and do it all over again, or I don't want to, like, I don't have the energy. But the Ace of Wands is coming through, like, we're giving you some, this will give you energy. You know, when you build momentum, it starts building up that way. But anyways, now, we do have death energy coming through, and I think this is something that's already happened, some sort of ending, some sort of rebirth, most likely. If not, this is something that we're going to be bringing about. The red energy, of course, is base chakra stuff. So this is something that might have happened to the core of you, right? Maybe it's the sense of identity coming through here that's changing up. But death says, I am learning that endings are merely beginnings. We do have the time to go card as one of the first oracles that came up for you. So this is accepting the need to move forward, accepting an ending, accepting that this ending and allowing this ending to happen is an opportunity for a new beginning to come through. And in this case, it looks like 2 new beginnings. It brings in clarity and it brings in passion, which may have been things that you've been lacking here. Pay attention to your health as well, please, Sagittarius, because this is coming up. But this is just focusing a little bit more on your body, focusing more on what you're paying your energy into, like in terms of your body here. So making sure that we're not avoiding certain things that your body's telling you. And make sure that you're eating the right foods as well. This says, I will honor the physical vessel that enshrines my soul, which is the body. So making sure that's nourished and looked after. We have grief. I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. So for some of you, the time to go may have been something beyond your control, whether that's like being let go of from a job, or whether that is losing something in terms of this. You could lose your position, or may have lost your position, or again, may lost the passion for something, and this is something that you're grieving and having to let go of. This could be actual grief. Okay, especially with the death card energy as well. We have the thinker energy coming through with the building blocks. Now, I'm kind of seeing this as a bit of like a timeline. So we have time to go. So this is accepting an ending and moving forward, or accepting the time to leave something behind. We have thinker energy, which is about thinking about your next steps. Then we have building blocks, which is about building yourself up, building something here, most likely a legacy, maybe even a business here, or a reputation here. We have chaos and conflict, so this is not going to be easy. However, it's going to be worth it, because the chaos and conflict is a card that kind of brings in, yes, changes, but these are changes to remove any kind of conditioning that you've been through, any black and white vision here to understand the pure magic behind this. All right, this is going to be putting your defenses down. And then we have this by the book card, which is about following the leads. This is spirit taking you someplace. So if you feel a little bit lost, and spirit is saying, like, follow your inner guidance here, because we're leading you somewhere for a reason. There's a reason why you feel the need to move on. There's a reason why you feel the need to push through. Now, your body might not be saying so, and I kind of feel like this is where this is the Four of Cups energy. And this may be where the Knight of Cups is. This could be someone physically, like, hey, look, let's do this. Sagittarius, you know, let's take things further, or let's do something today. Could be anything. And I just feel like you might not be in the mood for it. But deep down, I feel like you know that you need to do it, because it'll be good for you in the end. So Four of Cups is like, nah, I just want to stay here. But the Knight of Cups, whoever this could even just be your inner guidance here, or your higher self, or a spirit guide coming through, listen to it. I think it knows really what you need. So get up, go and do it, because these two aces coming through are your current energy. It's new beginnings. It's signing really good contracts for some of you with the Ace of Swords. This is great communication coming through, okay? You may not want to do it, and I think it might be a struggle for you guys to wake up in the morning or to get out of bed this week, because it does feel like there's a lot of chaotic energy around you. But I feel like what you're understanding is that everything that you're doing this week really does count. Every bit of time you're spending this week does really count. So make sure it's doing the right things, because building blocks card comes in and says that it's your choice what you're building with. And really these blocks could represent, again, like any habits we're forming for ourselves, any decisions that we're making for what stays in our life and what goes. So make sure you're using your intuition, make sure you're using your body even to understand whether something feels right or not. It's more of a gut feeling rather than comfort zones. This is not easy, but it definitely is worth it, okay? And I feel like I just want to like push you to keep going, don't give up. So yeah, you're going to be receiving some help, which I like to see, and I think last reading we had for you as well had a lot to do with that. So you do have someone pushing you. You do have someone who's really like, come, let's go. I do still see that you might be grieving something that you already have lost. Or again, this could be a part of yourself that you're having to let go of that, wants to stay comfortable. It's not easy to be productive. It's not easy to grow as a person. It's really difficult to let go of an old part of ourselves, especially if we've been that person for a long time. So what I'm seeing here is you're accepting that it's time to go. You are thinking of new ways of being, new ways of doing things. And whatever it is you're building is going to be very worth it. But let's see the blockages for the week. 6 of Pentacles and the 9 of Wands. So maybe some defensive energy coming through here. Maybe expecting the worst from a situation. Spirit just wants to come through and say for you, Sagittarius, that you have been through the worst of it. This is not going to be easy moving forward. It definitely could be easier. And as you continue to move forward, you will get to more stable grounds. Like right now, it may seem a little bit chaotic, but it was more chaotic. All right. It's kind of saying that you've been through the 5 of Swords, which is that conflict, agreeing to disagree, and maybe even clashing with people. The 6 of Swords is temporary, but it's forward movement towards something a lot more stable. Okay. So it's just reminding you that you're in a good place, better place, but it will continue to get better from here on out if you keep pushing forward and keep your eyes on where you're going here. Which does seem to be like crossing some water here. So whether that water is a metaphor for something like difficult, challenging, or whether that is physical movement that you guys are going to be doing. So your blockage, 9 of Wands. Letting the guard down a little bit, allowing people to help you here with the 6 of Pentacles. All right, this could be quite tricky for you. I'm getting a little bit of ego here, Sagittarius, but that's completely fine. I feel like maybe it's about not controlling everything and allowing someone else to do some of the work for you. 6 of Pentacles, like the 9 of Wands is kind of just really like watching it like, I'm just going to say, don't compare yourself to anyone as well this week. I really feel like that's important to say. We're all on different journeys, okay? So it's really important to understand that some people are born with more of a benefit than anyone else. Like some things that we have to work hard for in our life, some people are born into it, some ease. But it doesn't mean that they're not going to go through struggle in their life. Doesn't mean that you're any less than them and vice versa. Like we're all on the same boat. Ultimately, but some have more benefits in life than others. Some people have to work a little bit harder than others. But with hard work comes with wisdom. So we can sit here and actually say, what's really the reward? And I know some people are going to be in the comments like, I would rather not go through the difficulty. But sometimes, unfortunately, we don't have that kind of draw of luck. But we have the 6 of Pentacles. So again, blockage would be what you're spending your time and energy to going into. So make sure, this is 6th house energy, which is also about your health. So make sure you're paying attention to your health. All right, allow yourself to get some help if that's the case. 9 of Wands is like that guard down here. You may have been through difficult experiences, and this may make you very hyper independent and hyper vigilant, meaning you're always on edge. So if you are feeling like that, if you do struggle with anxiety like that as well, then this is about letting the guard down a little bit and understanding that you are safe, because 6 of Pentacles is saying you have someone here to help you. You have someone here who's willing to give something to you, whether it's help, time, energy, maybe even money for some of you guys. Allow that to come through. 9 of Wands just comes in and says you're a bit of a wounded warrior here, so I totally get it. But this is saying that you're actually in a safe space. So someone's offering you help, someone's offering you a good opportunity. Well, but you just have to be willing to take it. Doesn't make you any less of a person. And in fact, this is what you're being guided to do. So some of you could end up being taught by someone. All right. All right. One more for blockages, please. It was on the bottom of the deck, so it wants to come out here. 6 of Swords. So we have 2 6s here, about lessons being learned, but also a good number for soulmates. Now, when the 6 of Swords, like, these are good cards, but when they're coming up in a blockage, it means that we're not seeing something clearly, and it is probably because of the 9 of Wands, because maybe you're a little bit on edge on trusting people, or a little bit on edge about letting something go. You might be protecting something that doesn't really need protecting. That could even be yourself in this situation, of course. But 6 of Swords is a blockage here. It says that you might be not really seeing the fact that you are in a better situation, or moving forward from something, because your headspace might still be on past energy or what you've been through. As you can see, it's got a bit of a bandage wrapped around his head, so it's been through something, but you're still carrying the wounds of that, which is fine if something's just happened to you recently. But 6 of Pentacles is, and even maybe even in the 6 of Swords, is someone might be offering you to take you to better places, and you might want to do something on your own, or you might want to do this on your own. But this is saying some people are here to help. There's no harm in that. Alright, 8 of Cups, very similar to the Time to Go card. We also have the Death card, 10 of Wands on the bottom of the deck here, which are all about releasing, letting go of something that doesn't serve you anymore, way of thinking, people, situations, alright, environments here, whatever you feel like is not serving you, so that we are able to walk into a new beginning. This is a glow up energy as well, but of course with the World card, we have to end an old chapter to begin a new one here. I'm pretty sure in the last reading we had, we were clearing space for something. So I feel like this is what you're clearing space for, is this new beginning. But it does come with a decision first. And that is to let go of something or cut something out here with the 2 of Swords. To use your intuition on this, you will gain some success. All right, this is success, celebration. This is people coming together. So again, you could be signing some very positive contracts here. But look at this energy. What we need to let go of is some sort of mental entrapment of the past and what you've been dealing with. Now, this is tricky. Sorry, let me show you the 3 of Swords is here too. Let's use 2 hands. Is that Moon, 6 of Cups. This is a... Yeah, I'm still trying to figure this stuff out. Okay, now, sometimes our emotions can... When we deal with our emotions, especially when we're thinking about the past, we need to be very mindful of, again, the fact that we might be in a better position now than what we were. It doesn't mean that what you feel is not valid, because it is. You do carry scars from what you've been through, and whatever you have been through, Sagittarius, can be considered traumatizing when we have these kinds of combination, because this could be like psychological abuse, or like, you know, just things that were very difficult for you to deal with and still are embedded in your emotions. I would really sit here and say that maybe we need to do something within ourselves that will release some of this trauma. And actually, yoga is really good for this stuff. And you may like look at me like, Zata, I'm not going to be doing yoga, but I feel like you should try. I feel like you should try because I was saying this to Cancer, and this kind of traumatized energy was also in Cancer's reading as well, of your body sometimes holds on to certain traumas and stuff like this because it remembers things and what you've been through, and it is embedded in you, because especially if it's childhood trauma or something, you know, that lasted for a very long time, then of course it's going to be deep rooted into you. Yoga is not going to heal all your problems. Maybe a therapist might help as well. If it is something that's really still impacting you mentally, because we have to say with the moon card, it can really cause some distortion in your reality. And when we're thinking about the past, be very mindful and really do this in a good environment and in a good way. Because the moon card can distort our reality. It can bring back those emotions and make us, you know, when you just think about something and you just cry because you can't believe you've been through something like that, and it still hurts you to think that that happened, you know. I completely get it. I do understand. But if you sit in this energy constantly, just be mindful of how often you're doing this and when you're doing this, because the devil energy as well is like something is still bringing up some pain. Certain people that were very toxic or abusive here, controlling, or, you know, the devil energy is not very nice. This is aggressive energy. It's dark energy, you know. Especially with the moon, manipulative energy. Like, this is very difficult, and because you've been through this, it makes complete sense that it's still within you, you know. But just be mindful of how often you're looking back. It's really good to understand that we have the power, and I love when the devil card comes up with the Two of Swords, that we have the power to start something new. Now, I'm kind of feeling like you've moved away from this. For some of you, you are being told to move away from this with the Time to Go and the Eight of Cups. But this is cut the chains with this fight for once and for all. Cut any communication with this person, this situation, anything that's bringing back up this pain. Because you owe it to yourself to stop not putting yourself, but to stop bringing this difficulty up. Especially depending on if you're speaking to someone about it, to get help, to learn how to manage these feelings and things better, then completely. It's okay, because you're in a safe space to do that. But if it's something that we're doing when we're alone, or something that we're doing with the devil card, maybe under some sort of substance, like alcohol and stuff, that could be really difficult to deal with, because we bring up all that pain again. So it's really important to make sure we're doing our best to not bring up this pain, because the Two of Swords in the wild card is like, we have the choice to cut this. Maybe we need to do some cord cutting from anyone or any memories here, so that we can have this new beginning, and one where there's a lot of celebration in store, a lot of success in store, a lot of great people in store. You can see there's two beautiful people here, all right, who are ready to welcome you. If you've met them already, if you haven't, then you'll meet these people, all right. But it's just, you have to kind of come to that finish line by yourself. Well, not by yourself, but you have to choose to push forward. You have to choose to enter a new beginning and to forgive something and move on from it. Not forgiving is really for ourselves. We're not giving them a pass for what they did, especially when they carry so much bad energy with the cards that just came out. But it's more about, okay, like, I can't change what happened. I can't do anything differently. As much as I may want to, I can't completely like forget about this. But I'm going to choose to move away from this and stop thinking about it as much, or holding on to this pain that this personal situation caused me, because all it's doing is hurting myself. And that's when the journey begins, Sagittarius. This is when we take a complete leap of faith. Faith, did I say that right? Some of you, like, I'm seeing a name, like, I don't know if you're calling a child this, or if it's a business, or if it's something that you're naming, but it's got a very powerful meaning behind the name. It could be faith, but that's what really kind of came through and told me that, channeled a message in, all right. But the Fool card, of course, is about having minimal baggage and just taking a leap, leaving everything behind, and only taking what you need. And this is really powerful to come through as I was saying what I was saying, because this is a complete new journey that is going to start off with a very youthful energy. You're letting go of all of the baggage that made you grow up. You know, some of you might have had that energy come through. You've had to kind of hold a lot of responsibility. That's what that devil energy can be as well, because it's Capricorn, it's Saturn ruled. So now that you're cutting that out, you have the ability to be young again. You have the ability to be childlike again, which is really nice, to start completely fresh. Because of course the Fool card is about innocence, and some of you are realizing your innocence in this situation. All right, maybe there was a little bit of being naive. You may have trusted in the wrong people, or given your heart away to the wrong people, but it's okay. Sagittarius, it does happen. What's most important to me, and should be to you, is that you move away from this so that you can start fresh. Yes, and the Fool card is being clarified by the Page of Pentacles, which is very nice. This is talking about taking the first step. The Page of Pentacles is the only page that actually does go towards the throne. So the way that you're doing this is very grounded. The way that you're doing this may be very slow. So again, don't compare your progress to other people. There could be some ego issues coming through, which is completely normal when you're going through something like this, where you're comparing yourself to others and you may not feel so good about yourself, all right? Four of Pentacles is to make sure you're not, I kind of want you to be free flowing with this, okay? Because I want you to make sure you are not comparing your progress to anybody. But the Four of Pentacles, and I'm going to say two things about this, or maybe they're going to link together, who knows? I'm just going to say what I'm feeling. The Four of Pentacles is letting things weigh you down because you're holding on so tightly to it. So even though you're making progress, I want you to be so happy for yourself when you're doing this, but don't, like, I think you should write it down, but almost like you're holding on so tightly to certain things that you're not leaving yourself space for more. So it's really important to just keep going with the flow. Don't hold on so heavily to certain things, because that is coming from a place of like ego, is like, how much can I achieve? Like, it's okay, this is a very strange message, and I hope it makes sense to you guys. Definitely be proud of yourself for everything that you're achieving, because I see that it's going to be one thing after the other. But don't hold on too tightly to it. And I don't know why they're saying this, but it's in a sense of they want you to just keep running forward, you know, and you can't run if you're continuously holding on to absolutely everything. And also, like, this is also meaning don't take things too intense, like too deeply. Because the Four of Pentacles is like a weighing down energy. This also means that maybe you're like going to be tying your self-worth to your achievements. It's great to it's great to remember the things that you're achieving along the way. Definitely have some like souvenirs of the things that you're gaining along the way, but just don't attach your self-worth to these, because when you fail, are you really going to sit there and think about like, oh, like I'm a terrible person? Like, it's almost like, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but it does make sense. I'm just trying to translate it from like what they're like showing me to what I'm seeing. Just plant the seeds. Don't need to hold on to them. Let them grow. Let other people see it. Four of Pentacles is like it's holding you down by collecting these things and holding on so tightly to them. Then you're not going to have any space for anything else. Okay? I hope that makes sense. I know some people, if it's meant for you, you'll understand it. All right. Yeah. Just accept the fact that you're learning. Accept the fact that you're being guided somewhere. The Page of Pentacles, no one likes to be a page, you know, because it's like one of the lower energies. Well, not energies. It's one of the lower ranks. It's not energy. Could be one of the highest energies. You never know. It's dependent on the person. So be aware that you're not holding your value to a ranking. Doesn't make you any less of a person. Doesn't make you any more of a person either. Your energy is what really makes you radiate and stand out in a room, not your ranking. So just make sure you're not attaching your self-worth to superficial things. Same as money, because Four of Pentacles, for some of you may be struggling with that aspect. All right, but again, being free flowing with it is going to be super important. strength. Beautiful energy coming through. Look at this. We have the Lovers, the Chariot, and the Strength card. So for those of you in relationships, this looks very powerful, by the way. It feels like you're moving forward. There's a very balanced energy here. Again, in terms of decisions, I'm hearing to have some conviction with what you say or what you're doing. So to me, I believe that this is just about making sure you have a goal. Make sure you have something to look at, something to work towards and go towards it. Because the Chariot is chasing the star. It's chasing dreams, goals. But you need to have dreams, goals to get there quickly, you know? Otherwise, you're just going on a chariot somewhere. The Love is about decisions, of course. The Strength, balance here. Of course, having the courage to push forward. Leo, Cancer, and Gemini energies. Maybe there was that's an order actually. Yeah, Gemini, Cancer, Leo. So that, I'm pretty sure that's, what months are those? The beginning of this year, leading up to August may have been very important for you. Okay. Right, anyways, let's pull you some love cards here. Stay optimistic about your love life. New love, all right, which is very nice. You could be establishing new love in a connection, getting to know each other on a deeper level. For some of you, this is going to be a new person and you will be getting to know each other deeper. And we have stay optimistic. So for those who are single, someone is coming through. This will be very interesting. This will be very interesting. We have to be open to him. Okay, there'll be a lot of passion involved. And it could even lead to a wedding unless you're already married. Like this could be the one is on the bottom of the deck too. Like all of this. So if you're closed off to it, you don't want to miss out on this. This looks great. All right. So anyways, I love you guys. I wish you all the best. Actually, let me pull you some tea leaf tarot. Why not? We have Boot. Increase your efforts if you want to achieve your goals. It's like that Chariot energy. We have Rat. Interesting. Like someone working against you behind your back. Be careful of this. We have Spiritual development. All right. Enlightenment, awareness, and understanding. So some of you are being made aware of certain people who are working against you. But we have Tortoise. Slowly but surely getting ahead. Yeah, solid foundation and success with ethics. So don't give up, keep pushing. All right. We do have somebody here who, again, you may have had a suspicion about this person, kind of like being a little bit suspicious or sneaky. You were right with this. But we do have some enlightenment coming through. Again, we do have the worst part of the situation is over, okay, and you will be moving forward. All right. I love you guys. I wish you all the best. Make sure you're looking after yourself. I'm sending you all my love and healing for those who need it. But for now, I'll see you guys next time.